So hello everyone, my name is Manon and we are on our second class of writing nonfiction with ease, setting up for success. So welcome again to part 2. In the Zoom chat, John has the link for the YouTube channel where you can find class number 1. So if you haven't have a chance to be with me last week, you can actually stay here and listen and learn as much as you can. And then after the class, you can go on YouTube and see class number 1 where everything will connect and make sense. So, and he has also last week notes in the Zoom chat that I'm pretty sure John's going to put up for me. And then from there, we'll hopefully you're going to be able to follow up on everything we're doing. So the class is recorded and all attendees should stay mute by default but can ask questions. So you can use the raise button to ask question. You can put your question in the chat. When you put your question in the chat, to help us find the question easier, put the word question ... and then write your question after. So that help my co-host and me after when I go in the chat to find the question so I can answer you after or during the class. Then don't fly away without leaving us a feedback. On the top of the second hour, you're going to receive an email. Be careful when you receive the email. Some of those email provider, when you put a 5 stars, it comes to our system as a 1 star and a terrible red face. And we have no idea what we did wrong. So it would be nice when you do a feedback, put it in the little feedback. I put 5 star, I put 4 star. Here's why. So you love the class, you don't like the class, or I would love to see that in the next class. Tell us what you think about the class. It helps us to build new class for you and answer your needs much better. So keep an eye on that inbox. Make the question. So as I said earlier, question before your message, so it's easier for us to find your question in the chat. You can find our classes on Luma. You can find also on Discord. And on Discord, you'll find also the video of the classes. It takes longer. So John has the link for my YouTube channel. So you can click on the link and go to the YouTube channel because I normally put all my class inside 2 days. They are on my YouTube channel. So all my students can follow me and actually catch up. So setting up for success part 2. So the step-by-step structure. So last week we did all the structure of our book on cyber attack. So it's very important to prepare your structure for the workflow and ready for your writing. So how to use the AI and the tools, idea generation and the outline. And we're going to go through all that. How to streamline your pre-writing process for efficiency. What we're going to cover: full drafting, deep editing, or final revision. So we'll try to get to this point. So hopefully at the end of this, you'll have an idea on how to write a 15-chapter book on a nonfiction subject of your choice. And I strongly suggest you try to write on something you like or love, or that you are really, really interested in doing a deep research about it. So the importance of the preparation, writing with success, to start with a solid foundation. So a good research, a good topic, knowing who's going to read your book, who's your target in your niche, and a really good outline is the start of a good nonfiction book. And it's probably starting for any book, matter of fact. So structure your workflow this year for drafting will be all these things I showed last week. So I just resurface a bit fast, okay? So avoid the common pitfall like writer's block and disorganized ideas. So if you get everything organized, things will go just right. So let's get into our projects, shall we? In the meantime, is there any question off the top right now? Are we good, John?
We are good. I'm going to drop the notes and links in again because we just had Arthur show up.
Okay. All right. So our class, we see the one with the cyber project here. I have the right window that I'm sharing. Because I don't see that the little sharing is too small for me to see. So that should be right. Okay. And the only one who can tell me if it's right is John, because I don't see the chat. We don't see anything once we start the Zoom. We have to have everything all over the place.
We can see your cyber project. You're in your projects right now.
All right. So last week was that class. This week is this one. All right. And it's loading. So John, you have the link. So this is the link for all the plugin that I made to help you writing a nonfiction book. So you can go in and follow each of one. And then the note for the first session, John has that too in his information to put in the chat. And I think it did already. So perfect. Thank you, John. Let's go back now to our project from last week and let's deep dive into our project. All right. So last week we did class 1 and I just did a surfing of it. We were at the outline when we came in, when we finished last week. I'm going to go get this a bit. My screen is too wide. All right. So the plugin we were working on as we left was the step number 7 for the book outline. So just before the call, I was talking with John to figure out how to get this to work better and giving me a longer outline, which is more complete. So this is basically the title of our book, Cybersecurity Incident Response, a comprehensive guide to managing technology crisis. So we copy our title before we go get our plugin. Okay. So, and then again, it's copy, it's in your cache. Now we're going to take our target audience. So this is our research that I bring inside the plugin to get a outline which makes sense. So when it does the outline, it's going to read the research and says, okay, the outline is about people of this age and all that, and is going to do the outline in consequence of this. So what we do, we highlight our research. So you're doing your project, you bring your research in a new bar here. I can do it again after, but I would just start this plugin there. You highlight it or you get at the end of it with your cursor, one of the two. I like to highlight it because I know for sure it's highlighted and it's there. Go plugin, go find the plugin number 7, the book outline, and it's telling you right here, book title, and highlight your research. So I put my book title and I go click go. And it's going to go to work. It's using DeepSeek chat, and it says it's deep seeking. It's seeking very far and wide, and it's slow. So you have to be patient. It's going to give you an outline, and it should to give you the intro, hooks, chapter 1, chapter 2, and after chapter 2, normally is giving me, try not touching too much so it doesn't stop. Normally it's giving me chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, until 15, and it's giving me the title with a little bit of information underneath. And it says all the other chapter are based on the same that the previously. So I was sitting down with John to see if we can get it to finish better all the outline properly, because normally when I finish an outline, when I do research, it has at least 15,000 words in it. So we're not sure why it's stopping and we have to always ask for more. It's behind on the system. And like I say, it's taking a sweet time, and then after that it's going to start writing again. I hope so, because I don't think it's finished. He doesn't have his little thumb, so, and that's why I say it's a bit slow. And then he's going to give you the conclusion. And I really wish I could get, if we come out, it stopped working too. So let's see if I can go on the other side and come on, get to finish. So any question during his doing his little?
Can you show us what the previous time you ran it gave us?
Can try, but it's on the same.
It's on the same one, right?
Yeah.
Step 7 book outline.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it's frozen or it's still working in the background.
No, there it goes. And now it's done. See,
Ah,
that's how you know it's done. You get the thumbs and you get the star.
yeah, that's not what we were. That's not what
Hoping for.
I thought, because the previous one, you see, is giving me identify the buyer, comprehensive outline, then chapter one. Supposed to have the introduction somewhere. So chapter one. We start with chapter one, and then chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And then it's giving me a conclusion.
Okay.
So you
Sorry.
understand what I'm saying when I said I really like to, is it? Yeah, so all right. I'm going to go and have two windows open so I can work on two different front. I'm going to get this one open so I can share.
We're just seeing it. Yeah, we can see that. And that did the same thing where it didn't give you all your chapters there. Ah,
That's your microphone. All right. So this one here is the same thing, but we have the new one here. So I'm going to get him to, how should I do that? If I go on both in the same time, will it crash?
no, I don't think so.
All right, we'll try. Copy our thing here, and I'm going to go at the bottom, plug in 7, go. Draw, chapter 1. Okay. I guess I scared him when I opened the second window. So see,
Yes, he's very scared of you.
yeah, so it's just like chapter 2, give me the hook, then give me more than that, then continue chapter 3 and 15 following the same structure. So basically the same structure in chapter 1. And
Okay,
then,
what if we just copy that to the top and essentially leave that in the previous selection and just see if it works. Sometimes it will pick up and just put that at the, I think at the top, because you're going to select everything else and have it in the preceding text.
so you want me to put it at the top?
Yeah, before target.
Could we put it in a new project inside a new document?
Well, you're going to need to, or you could duplicate this document if you don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, let's duplicate. So here you're going to learn how to duplicate something when you have an answer and you want to keep it. So duplicate. Now we have a copy. Let's put,
Okay, yeah, and then push that down and stick this as previous, and then do the selection.
so selection from from this all the way to chapter
No, I think we want to start with target.
right here.
Yeah, select from there to the bottom, and then run the plugin and see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll set it up so that it does at some point.
Cyber. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to keep on going.
feel like it's writing a different one. Yeah, we didn't set it up properly to do the continue.
Can you write that sequence in the chat so I can pass it on quickly and see if we can test to get all the rest of those chapters working?
Sure.
So at least give us the intro, chapter 1, the hook. I know I ask a lot to the plugin to do all the information. Chapter 2, hook, and it's doing 3:15, chapter 3. At least now it's giving me the title for each chapter. Then we can go and expand those. This is the current outline so far, preceding text. If there is a current outline, continue writing the rest of the outline. Okay. I like this answer better because now we have all our chapter title and the start of it compared to what we had. Is it finished? Yeah. Compared to what we got here. Line, chapter 1, chapter 2, and then conclusion. So that one is not good. So we'll take this one because we have all our chapter and chapter title. Copy. I'm going to put it here. This outline starting right there and remove the rest. So when we get result, and sometimes it's going to work on the first shot and sometimes it just doesn't want to do it. It's one of those times. So take part that you need or want and use it. All right.
Let's look at how much it costs to run that because we just ran it a couple of times.
So the plugin is very cheap.
Yeah, it's not expensive at all. Look at that. So
it's not a very expensive, and maybe I'm going to redo the plugin 7 and use the other DeepSeek R1 to see if it's working better. And then I'm going to add that part that you put in the outline and see if we can get this fixed up. So without losing too much time on our class on trying, because it's not a plugin class exactly. So we're going to ask and use the rest of the tools to get this going. So for that, we go into our setting. We're going to tell, so that's what I'm using, this is, and I'm not asking for creativity, but I'm going to let them know we are writing a book, and I'm going to put the title of the book. So it's very important that you let them know in the plugin and in the right setting what you're writing about. If not, he has no idea. So I find out that if you don't tell him, he's going to write all kinds of things which has no sense. He's going to try to follow up what's written, but he doesn't have a key details to start with. And on that, do I have my story Bible fixed up here? This one doesn't have the story Bible. Okay. Where was I here? So basically here, what do we have? We have a nonfiction.
So you see what she's doing. She's putting in the genre and style information into the key details box rather than use the one in Story Bible. You could choose to do it either way, but this kind of helps keep it stay in the nonfiction land rather than jump into fiction narrative.
Exactly. And I find out that if you tell it it's a nonfiction and you say there's no dialogue, so if there's no dialogue, there's no like crazy story and stuff around that book. So we stay on task. So that's normally what I write. And sometimes if they high will understand right away, and sometimes we have to write a bit more. So we're going to try with what we have here. All right.
Do
So
we tell it there that it's an outline?
no, because I just wanted to expand, and it's supposed to know anyway by the follow-up.
Yep.
Supposed to know this is an outline. So I'm going to go in my outline that I passed through. So we have the outline, the intro, chapter 1. So one thing we could do is make sure that we have the same information, slightly the same, but we have the hook and the information. Let's see what it's going to give us. All right. So chapter 2, I'm going to highlight chapter 2, or we go just after now. 500 is going to be too much, it's going to go over. Because it's an outline, I want less, I would say probably 200 words to get this part to finish writing. So let's see what it's going to give us with that. So we don't need a guided, no tone shift. So we go into autocomplete and right there at the end of chapter 2. Let's see if it's going to be able to finish our outline.
So it's important where the cursor is. She just showed that it's going to, at the end of chapter 2, that's where the cursor is. So when she hits right, it gives her a card that continues what was written before. It ignores what's in front of it.
Yeah. And you see, I'm going to put that in, and you'll see what I mean when I say when you finish, you have an outline which has a lot of information. So let's see if that makes sense here. So we give him what we want. Chapter 2 is that we're talking about the importance of an incident response plan. So in today's digital world, he likes to say that in nonfiction book, in today's world. So it's giving us data breach 4 million. It's giving us a very good start to basically hook the chapter. The key component of the chapter identify this, establish the incident response, define the incident. So you have point per point, and then you have case study. He's giving you case study that he found. Obviously, you take this, go on Google, pass it on, see if this is real. And if it's real, perfect, because it's a nonfiction. And in your nonfiction, you can put down at the bottom note of your book that you got the information from this website. So you get right there, you get your link, and then you have your backup on where you got the story from. So case study, step to implement. So it's giving you how to implement what you learned in chapter 1. And then a training to continue the improvement. So in successful data, recurrent documentation, it demand. So we have a good chapter 1 outline. This is just an outline. This is not a chapter 1. This is the outline to work your chapter 2, sorry. So our chapter 1 here, I would, if I was to write that book today, I would go and expand these to have more information too. And with what I have there, when I finish expanding every section, I would have a chapter 1 totally written. So this is how you go and keep the information in the right place. In other class, I show how to bring your research inside Sudowrite. And when you do that, your story Bible is already filled up. Now we're starting with 0 in the story Bible. We're just working with the plugin and our writing button. So I would love to try to cover everything, but it's impossible. So I'm going to, did I wrote down the wrong one? The one which has all the name of the chapter. Chapter 2. Oh, I got in the wrong one. Okay. Sorry. Where's the one which I put the chapter with all the titles? Oh, it's right here. There you go. So I would have done the same thing. So see chapter 1, we had more information on this one. So this is the new, the one I got before. And sometimes that's, I'm sorry, you have some time to run the plugin more than one time to get everything you want. So, all right, let's get this done again. And what I like with these is you can actually work with more than one at a time. So this one's going to keep on going. And then you get chapter 3, which is also going to be writing. And then you're going to have to come in, obviously, and fix a few things that match what you're looking for. So chapter 3. So talking about identifying emerging threat vulnerability. So the team is meticulously analyze, revealing the attack. Next, they focus on this, the incident. You read everything, and then you ask yourself some question, or even go on ChatGPT. You can say to ChatGPT, I like this. For me, it's the command K. Ask ChatGPT to section the chapter 3. Can you please give me sections for this chapter? Now it's giving me section that I can even go more, and that is free. It doesn't cost anything. So go on to your chapter 3. This can be the start of your chapter 3. It can be in the middle, it can be everywhere you want. Now you also have more information to expand your chapter 3. So you could highlight this, go again onto your right, and get these section. So to introduce the attack, emergent, impact, conclusion. It didn't give me exactly what I was looking for. So let's put it at the end, see what it's going to do.
So can you explain the difference between putting the cursor at the end of something versus selecting it and running Autowrite?
Yeah, so when I highlight all of it, it didn't like it. So the answer it gave me is too short for what I wanted to looking for. So basically, so I just put my cursor after point number 1. It did identify this, so it's still reading all that. And then it continue. So it's still like going down here also. So you got to go and read and make sense of what the AI gave you, because it continued from the thread on top, but I did put it after the team. So this part I would take it off. So see, in response to the team sprang into action. So you see what I'm saying? So it's giving me the intro. So if we had time, and I will copy all that and put it in the link, that the first link that you get for the full class note, and you will be able, they will be at the full class note that John put in the chat. It will be the follow-up that you can actually follow the rest of this and read all that we got today for information. So if I go to the same thing here, process number 2, it's going to read a bit on top, or we may have to. Let's see how he's going to act with this one. So it says giving me the detailed content protocol. So it keeps on going. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's what I want it to do. So today is listening. Oh, not this one, this one. Part. So right now we have at 2,389 words, and we're still working on this one here. And you keep going, but just the fact that when you're sitting down at your desk, you have a lot more time to read everything.
So another thing you're doing is you're putting the cursor on the same line as the line that you're having it continue,
Yeah,
as opposed to putting on the next line. That tends to make it be more responsive to that actual line that she's working on. And if you do the next one, it's like it tries to
start.
make up number 4
Yeah,
instead.
but now even on the same line, it wants to do number 4.
Okay, so see that? Yeah, it switched to it created a number 4 out of thin air.
Yeah, so this one we would have to maybe expand or ask a different way.
Try expand. I love expand. Now you'll see though that this is becoming more narrative.
Like they
And
give me a story.
yeah, but that started when we started doing these chunks here without the stuff from chapter 2.
So this one will need a bit more research on how to fix it. Let's see that one, if it's going to give me a good write. Maybe they want to go to chapter 4, go figure.
There, this is pretty good. Proactive security is not an option, but a necessity in today's digital landscape. Enhancing training programs, the importance of regular security awareness training for all employees, integrating real world phishing simulations. Yeah, that looks like good information.
That's good information. So let's put that here. Implementation of measure recommendation. Yeah. So we have that. Give us a hook. Also, it's always a bit like a jack in the box for what is giving us an information. So like try the preparation of the incident report. Incident report. Just put chapter 4, but it's not chapter 4. It's really this part.
Let's try it again from where the cursor is right now.
What do you mean?
Again, this feels the team assembled in the conference room, each member armed with details. This feels like a narrative, the incident report and its significance. It's not doing what the previous one was doing.
It's not. It's not a story. It's basically the protocol of the incident report.
Mm.
Begin the executive summary, distilling the breach into clear high-level point. This section was crucial for management. Root cause, analyzing the follow-up, report the technical section. It's giving you that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like a story to me. Is that one which it doesn't want to give us that one here, which I really like to have this one. Reflection of the organization, security policy, and software update. We're going to try that one again.
Did this one hallucinated another 4?
Yeah, for some reason, I think it's chapter 4. Let's see, we're on 2. It should be saying 3, but it keep going on the chapter 4, but it's the post incident activity and continuous improvement, reflection of the organization, policy, and software. So the hook, post-incident, analyze lesson, importance of correcting action, the importance of continuous monitoring, and then it's going to chapter 5, advanced threat intelligence.
See, that looks like a decent outline stuff, so I wouldn't throw this stuff away. It just doesn't feel like it's actually this thing.
So maybe nothing stop you from says, okay, we're not talking about that. We're going to
Or put 3 after this and then run it with that instead.
you want me to start 7 again and just
No, let's take number 3, put it at the bottom of this one that has this good hook post incident, has this stuff that feels like a outline, and run the reflection of the organization's security policy and software update essentially after that. Just reverse the order.
take this.
Yeah. And if you put that at the bottom, maybe get rid of chapter 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just run that there. And let's see if it will continue in that vein. Newfound determination. This feels like a book.
Yeah, that feel like organization also invests.
What are we using? Are we using DeepSeek? We are using DeepSeek.
Yeah, we're using DeepSeek. Let's see, DeepSeek instant.
Try R1.
What just happened here? Let's try for change to R1. R1 is more expensive a little bit, so let's try that.
It is, but it's so cheap compared to something like Opus or
Yeah. So we have 3 is there, 2 is there. We reverse it. So 3 incident the hook, and then reflection on the organization cyber policy software update. Let's see if it's going to give us better with R1. The conference room buzz. No.
uh,
No, that's why I like chat. The chat is
chat
normally,
is better at this, eh?
yeah, is better at this. So let's stay with Vincent. We're not going to stay. It doesn't mean we have to have it. You may decide to not want that part in your book. So let's keep on going so we can.
What else is in your key details right now? I forgot.
Nonfiction, no dialogue,
And the title. Okay, that should be okay.
yeah, or nonfiction book, or nonfiction on
Outline.
cyber, blah, 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 blah. So we don't want dialogue, and we are
Outline format. We're
maybe.
we're working on outline, right?
Let's try that. Let's try this one here. Focuses. He knows we are talking about that. Proactive measure implement. We may have got on something just by putting the outline there.
Yeah.
Right, so let's put that in. He loved chapter 4. There's no doubt about it. And this one is
So people made me noticing that there's a number sign. There's a star. So the stars are like things that are bolded. The single star would be uh, uh, italics, and the multiple hash marks indicate level of heading 1, heading 2, or heading 3.
yeah. So by putting the outline in, we have more step by step for each section. I guess we can keep that. So put that inside your information to put that in your key detail. I will put it in the chat if I can catch the chat. So that seems to do what we're looking for. I haven't read everything and we're already at 240 and I haven't showed up the rest. So let's see for that chapter 4 what that will look like. Yeah, that looks working much better, is it? Implementing proactive security measure, building instant team response, organization journey, incident response, adaptation of zero trust. Ta-da, ta-da. Yeah, I think I like that better. Thanks, John. So that's more what one of my outline look like when I sit down and I'm not teaching a class and I actually get what I want. So you have main title or a main point of the chapter title, and then you have your subtitle, and then you have what this is about, and then you have all your master points for that chapter. Yeah,
Now,
that's
what if you do the selection of chapter 5 here? Yeah, select it and hit that auto write. Does that actually give us chapter 5? No, that gives us chapter 6.
chapter
This,
6.
yeah, every time we do this, it's giving us the next chapter. It makes up the next chapter. It doesn't know what the next chapter is.
At the end of the point is giving us now it's stuck on chapter 6. Okay. But it's leverage security through innovation. So leverage technology, fast response, organization commitment,
It's
leverage
not bad. Yeah.
fast response. So it's just the number is off, but this is the right section that is giving us the outline part. So just remove the chapter 6, and this is your sub chapter name. We're doing pretty good. Okay, let's keep on going. So chapter 6. Is just somehow maybe a question to ask to Sudowrite why is doing these instead of, because he knows it's chapter 6 right there. It's right there, but why is going to the next chapter? But he's writing the right information is written. Just give us the next chapter. Give us a pretty big chapter 6 with the subtitle. Obviously, when I'm reading, I'm checking effectiveness of communication during the crisis. The organization organize, maintain robust security posture, require more than initial effort, demand substance, commitment, continuous improvement, building on the process made, implemented a structure approach to ensure ongoing vigilance and adaptation, commitment in resource allocation. So effectiveness communication during the crisis, eventually.
Yeah, I don't think it's giving us effective communication during a crisis. So
Implement
how do we?
training, assessment, intelligence information sharing. Yeah, it doesn't seem to, maybe he understands something different on that one, but it's very interesting what is written there though.
Yeah, I'm not running it off the land, but it's not in our control.
Yeah,
I mean, you could put it in the key details that this is the chapter 6 effective communication. Oh,
there we go.
that was it. It doesn't like the hash.
I think he doesn't like the ash. Post communication. Now he's talking about communication. There we go. He doesn't like the number. We learned something, both of us there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's keep on going. Remove these ash. Try that again. See if it's going to 7 properly.
You can delete all your hashes with find and replace.
See?
Re-
7. And now
Yeah, that's good.
he's on task. And we always have surprise like that when we're teaching a class. And the fact that Sudowrite and the AI models are changing so fast, trust me, it's not because we don't know how to work with it, it's because we have to learn on the fly when something changes.
And they do change underneath
Yeah,
the covers every day. It
every day.
does weird things.
Make things hard for us as teacher to stay on task and try to teach a class when we know it works. And when you get in a class, something changed. Oh, so now it says decided to make chapter 9. I give up on this. All right. Okay. So we have 5,000 words anyway. So we're going to keep on going. So I show you the rest of it. But this is how you get your outline going. And obviously you have to read, see if you like it, if it makes sense. You don't have to keep the original one. You can always change it. Like I said to many of my students, you are fully in charge of your book that you're writing. So if you don't like what the I give you, change. Look at something else, add something else, or give him more information or change the information. And sometimes the information is going to give you here says, oh my God, that's better than what is here. So where you got the crisis management and business continuity planning? Oh no, we just decided to add that. But I guess it's a pretty good one to have. It's belong to this somewhere. So I would put it in here, but I would have to come back on the chapter 8 and figure it out. Okay, let's keep on going. So this is how you go and do that. Now, to make sure that you have everything for this class, which we will go over, and I'm sorry about that, I'm going to show you the rest of the plugin. And the rest of the plugin is going to take basically our outline. So we're going to get one with the introduction. So the other introduction, chapter 1, and we'll go with the 2 over here, because I don't think we'll have time to go for the rest. So what I did is I went to the outline and take the outline of the introduction and chapter 1. I may not have to take the best one of it. So that's chapter 2. Yeah. And here is that. So I'm going to start a new blank document. I'm going to get this information over here. Now, I want to write my intro. So we have outline. Now we have book description, book review. That once the book is written and you have everything lined up, the link up properly, we ask for a book description idea. And that goes inside the Amazon. When you do your Amazon, you upload your book and all that, then there is a part in Amazon, it says, describe your book, what you want to tell the buyer about. That plugin is for that. So I'm not sure if
That's
it,
like the blurb for nonfiction.
bingo. So what we do, I will put at the end of the outline totally. We have pretty much enough word, I think. So we'll see what it's going to do with that. Book description, again, is going to ask me the title. Going to go back and get the full title.
If you just click on the thing on the left, it'll jump to the top.
Yeah, thanks. What I'm going to do is the 8 book title to give you an idea what that's going to look like. So advertising outline headline, stop cyber attack in their track, master incident response before it's too late. The ultimate playbook to survive cyber. So it's giving you a few good points that you can choose which one you want as a reader to see first. And from each website you put your book, you can change to one of all of those and having all 5. So Lee question, what do you do if blah, blah, blah. So it's giving you question that you can put inside that blurb. The common myth, did I doing that? He's doing a lot of research before he's giving us the end of it.
I like it. This is good stuff.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. That bullet point. That's true. I didn't give him a book. I gave him an outline. So
In a way, if I got output like this out of this guy, I might start from this as an outline.
he could, yeah. He has a lot of good bullet point. So obviously you can use all the plugin that I made, put your main title, and it's going to give you a lot of information that you can all use. So common objectivity. So because it's an outline, it's not a book. It's not giving me what I'm looking for, but what it's giving me here, it's pretty good for a description idea for the book description idea. I don't think that's the right plugin. Review requests description. I would have to check. Maybe it's not the right plugin because the plugin is supposed to give us the blurb for the Amazon.
Hmm.
So maybe I bring the wrong plugin. I will fix the plugin for the note and you can play with it. So let's keep on going. So, and write a review request page. The plugin number 9. That plugin, I'm going to actually put that information here because it's good information. That plugin is in the book. And that's an author which is very popular on the nonfiction, thought about that. He put a page inside his book to ask people to give feedback. A review request for the Cyber Incident Response Comprehensive Guide. Hey there, cybersecurity warrior. First off, let me ask you this. How amazing does it feel when you stumble across a book or resource that actually delivers on its promises? You know, the kind that doesn't just talk the talk, but walk the walk, giving you actionable insight, real-world strategy, and the confidence to tackle even the scariest cyber threat. So it's a page that you can put inside your book at the start or in the middle or at the end or in a couple of places to remind people that it would be nice for them to, if they like the book, to go where they bought it and write a feedback for the author, because we all know that the feedback is what brings the book up to the bestseller list. So this is a plugin to help you to write that page. I'm going to let it finish. Do I have any question in the chat, John?
No, we don't right now. If anyone does have any questions, want to ask them in the chat, we can take some. If anyone wants to raise their hand and unmute, ask a question, that would be cool.
Yeah. So really
Um,
make a difference here, how to leave your review. Head over and insert the page or where they bought the book. So if you have the link for that book on Amazon, you put it there. Scroll down to the right review. We're telling them how to do it. So share your honest thought, what you love, what surprised you, and how it helped you up your cybersecurity game. Hit submit and pat yourself on the back for being awesome. So I really like those little spiel to put in the book. And I just write the one on top, the number 8, which is supposed to give you the blurb. It's not the right plugin, so I have to go get the right plugin and put it up in the class note. But I don't want to lose too much time on that. But basically, the other plugin was supposed to give you something like that, but for the back of the book, or the blurb for Amazon, get people to buy your book. So
so the other question I have is, how do you write the chapters? Like, let's say we have an outline that we're happy with. How
yeah,
do we then go in and
exactly where
create the
I want
chapters?
to go. So let's get a purpose here, structure, outline. I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go into a new one. And we're going to get those plugin to one. I want to, and I know now I have to remove a few things. I'm going to comprehensive outline, book equip cyberspace. I'm going to give enough information that he knows what he's doing. Remove those hashtag. The outline is there, intro. Okay, I'm going to remove chapter 1 and the rest of those because I just want the intro. Intro, right here. Plugin. Write the introduction for a nonfiction. The title. Go get that title again.
Is it the book title or is it the introduction? Well, I guess it would be the book title for the introduction.
Yeah. Because we already have the information here. The plugin goes and get what's on the intro. So go. It's giving me a hook, giving me the information. It was another headline, ever-growing list of cyber breach. So he's writing me an intro, the purpose of this book, the goal, why this book matter now, what makes cyber crisis so challenging, the proactivity mindset shifting from reacting to prevention. So it's giving me a good intro for the book right now. And I think now it just go off rail.
Now it's doing word salad, yeah.
Yeah, now it's doing off rail. That happened. It's sometimes the AI goes off rail. Is it done?
Yeah, it's done. Enough done. I think you can copy that and put it in.
So we have about 1,000 good word here to work with our intro. So here, incident. Okay, I would say that's finished right here. What do you think?
I think testing incident response plans ensures readiness is a thing handled, and then after that, it doesn't work. But yeah, get rid of that at least. Get rid of cycle and everything after.
Yeah, so Sometimes the AI just go off rail. We don't know why. It just do. All right, so we have about 1,000 words as an intro, and it's quite a good intro when you have 1,000 words. Obviously, you go and read it and do the expansion or rewrite or more description. You know how to do that already. So let's get to chapter 2 now, or chapter 1. So we have our intro. I will take the outline for chapter 1. There, chapter 1. I'm going to create a new link. Chapter 1 right there. I'm going to go back and get that.
So why don't you just work all in one document? Why do you put the chapters in separate documents?
Because it's a class and we have too much information. In a clean version, I will go one after the other, but because it's a class, it's going to go get the information from all the other stuff that we don't want.
Okay, so you might, if you were cleaning it up and doing it, you might have one chapter come after the other so that the future chapters are more influenced by the previous chapters.
Yeah. So because if you have everything in one, and because we have all these things all mixed up, I don't want to get everything mixed up and get a chapter 1 which look like crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I'm doing it like that. Okay, chapter 1. Basically now try chapter 1 nonfiction, and I tell him yes, we write chapter 1.
You have a separate plugin for each chapter?
Just
As
chapter
in one,
1 and the intro, and the rest of the chapter is a plugin for all the rest of the chapter. And I have to make one for the conclusion. Or you,
conclusion would be good, yeah.
yeah, because they have a different the an intro is not written the same thing that a chapter 1. Chapter 1 is basically the start of the book, the explanation of the book, and a bit of the author talking and all that stuff. Chapter 2, you get into the meat. So chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's all the meat, the exercise, and all that stuff. So that's why they don't all work on the same plugin.
It feels like you could have parts that have both an intro, chapter ones, and then a conclusion chapter, and then start the next part. You could also do it that way if we had that conclusion
But
version.
we are working from a outline.
Yes.
So we take our outline, we bring our outline on top. So it doesn't write whatever he wants. He has to stay on the task of what we have in the outline.
Yeah.
And if you are working with a full, like I normally do, I take all my research, put them into a Word document, including my outline, and then I import inside a new document into Sudowrite. And that's where I go and get my real outline into my story Bible.
Okay, so you bring it in as a project. You import as a project,
Yeah,
and it builds up a story Bible for you that's for a nonfiction book.
bingo. And if
Nice.
the outline is not what I want, I just go and fix from the outline I got, which I like, and I'm going to copy my outline in each chapter where they belong. And then I use my plugin to work it out. And it's still going. So we have,
So when you did this, did you give it um the title of the book or the title of the chapter one?
we already have everything over here. So I just say it's chapter 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's still working. It's doing chapter 1 based on the outline. And it's giving you a story that happened with cyber problem. So it's probably something around here which talking about,
The real world impact.
yeah. So name change for privacy reason. So it's giving us example of cyber attack. So that's why
Placeholder for narrative. Yeah.
yeah, it's setting up for the book, is giving you an example that what happened and what they could have done or what you could do to avoid it in the following chapter. Hopefully it's not
Are we back in a world salad? I don't see any punctuation except the dot dot dot
now it's
after an
going.
etc.
Yeah. Oh, He has no ... He's still writing, but long-term or personal. He's off rail, but not totally off rail. That's bizarre.
It doesn't always do this.
No. So she's giving me each point for the chapter, which just right now it's just off rail with no dot punctuation. Still talking on what's happening. Oh, now he's offline there. That's oh yeah, right. Now we have the conclusion. And we have no really control over that. I mean, that's the AI model just decided to go. Maybe they're doing some work on it. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Is it going to stop?
I think you can copy it before it stops.
Done. So third
And
time.
then we can go and chop.
So obviously, if you're not teaching and something happened like that, just stop the page, refresh the page, and send to Sudowrite that it goes off rail. It stay on task, but it's off rail. That's what we mean. There's repetition for nothing, and there's no more punctuation. So it's always when you do a class where these things happen. All right, so that's basically chapter 1. Obviously, you have to go in and get it to give you expansion on things. And on this one, we have to say, okay, can you highlight everything with ChatGPT and put the punctuation in the right spot? So that's one thing you could do. So I would go and ask just for the fun of it. I don't know if Quick Digit will do it or better Quick Chat on that.
Add punctuation.
This is no way.
You figure it out.
You figure it out. He doesn't want to do it.
Rewrite it.
Oh, my goodness. The AI is not with us today.
What about rewrite? Maybe rewrite? Try
Yeah,
the rewrite. The new rewrite is pretty good.
with this or the rewrite up here.
The rewrite up there.
Let's try
And
it.
yeah, and do a custom rewrite and tell it to add punctuation.
Guys, you are learning how to work with this in the same time. So it's basically adding words that seems to be missing, punctuation. Not a whole lot of punctuation, but a bit more. It's not perfect, I tell you that. Impact customer. Yes, little bit of punctuation, not a whole lot. So 154 word over. So it did add a few punctuation, but not like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. So they rewrite with asking to add the punctuation and it adds something which seems to be like missing words.
Yeah, because it was missing all these twos and ofs and fives. But it needs to break it into sentences too.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not bad. So that's another way to go about it when the AI go off rail to get the rewrite to fix it. How much it costs for a rewrite? 328. It's not too bad. I wish that the quick chat did the rewrite properly. I wonder if I did
Try it
as
again. Try with edit. Maybe edit would.
well, we tried the with the free one and see if I just ask the rewrite with punctuation. Rewrite. Oops. Rewrite with Punctuation. Always looking to see if I can see.
And full complete sentences. Try that.
What's so funny?
Uh, is it a story or is this? I can't. This
It's a
was Sarah Thompson.
Sarah Thompson. What's
Oh,
Sarah's?
oh, oh, I'm sorry. This is a, I guess it's in there.
Let's see. I'm going to copy it. That's the one thing I don't like about this is you have to.
You're right. I guess it is it. I'm sorry. I thought it turned it into a story time.
Is there a trick to get
The copy to work? I
copy?
don't know.
It just
Feels like there should be a thingy. You
yeah.
got these little arrows, the thumbs up and thumbs down. I should be able to copy it there too.
So basically here we have Sarah Thompson cautiously. So what it gave us,
You're right. Okay.
for example, she's the owner of a boutique marketing specialized. So rewrite with punctuation and full sentence seems to have done the job too. And with the chat version, it costs nothing. So
Mm,
it's two way of doing a rewrite
that actually works
that
for
actually
that.
works. Yeah,
Turn word salad into something.
yeah. So that would be something to all right. So now chapter 2. Let's go get in the outline if we have a good. We don't have. Do we have a good chapter 2 in the outline book? We have 3, so this is chapter 2 right there.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, and that's using the other one. All right, the next chapter. Which chapter we're working on? We're working on chapter 2. Chapter 2, Anatomy of Security, the hook. In the digital age, organizing the under constant threat, cyber attack, the ability to identify response to these incidents. Identification. So identification of an incident is right there, is following the outline. Sign the potential breach. Unusual, slow system. Give us an example. Now he's on the tool for early detection. So he's still on task. The role of monitoring the system, still on task. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Giving us an instance in 2014 by Sony Picture Axe. Monitor system detected unusual activity. Common mistakes, so we're still on task on this one. And this one should be the case study. Case study, target delayed response in 2013. Keep on task. So continuing with the chapter following the outline is keeping on task, and so far, cross our finger, is not going off rail.
Yeah, it's not yet.
And next month we have even more to teach because they have all those new implementation that they're working on. Conclusion of chapter 2. So he did a pretty good job on chapter 2. So there we go. How many words he gave us? 851 words. Chapter 2. You go and read, you work with your expansion on things, and then build your book until you get a 15 chapter book, which give you 2,000 word max per chapter, which give you 30,000 words, which is normally the length that a non-chapter book is. And I explained in the first class last week, it help a lot with the Audible to give you the maximum amount of money when someone reads your book to the minimum put out. So it's like all and here he don't even finish for some reason. So it's all numbers that these people did. So I would have to ask it to finish. I'm not sure why it stopped just at 800. Any idea, John, why a plugin will stop in the middle of sentence, even though it's supposed to write over like 5,000 words?
I have no idea why it does that. It does do that, and usually that auto write is a good way to sort of continue it because it's got all this 800 words before it to tell auto write what to do next. But yeah, I don't have a good explanation about why it ends in the middle of something.
Yeah.
It's possible that there's a glitch with the like I found some of the stuff with DeepSeek to be temperamental.
Yeah.
It feels like it dies in the middle because the server is getting hammered or something.
All right, so basically I showed you guys everything that I use when I write a book on nonfiction. And as you can see, we go over our own frustration when we work with AI. It's not perfect. That's why we are here to do the book. It's not AI who write the books, it's you. The AI is there to help you to do the research and write a lot of words for you. But you have to go in and uh, put your touch in it. You have to put your touch in everything the AI is writing. I don't think any AI out there is able to write a full book alone without a human being to go and help. I don't.
And you need to check if things exist. You know, if it calls in a case study about Target,
Yeah.
find research, get DeepSeek research, take ChatGPT's search function, and look for these kinds of suggestions that are possibly hallucinations. And if it doesn't exist, ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek to find something that does. Their cyber breach at Target case solution.
So you would go and read and see if it match uh, what came out here. But we know there was a cyber breach. They don't say that one says.
2016 is when this was written.
So is that the right one?
Again, this is when it was written, not when the case happened.
Okay. So basically you have to go and read and make sure that what you have in your book is matching something which is real. So we know there's a case study about it. Just curious about, I don't see the real date in here, just when they wrote this here.
No, these are about the rules. These are more solutions for what Target had a problem with.
Yeah. So go and find out, put the information inside of it. One thing that you can do, and that's the other John would show me that, is use what's the name of it? It's called the one that Google has, the AI in Google. Which one is it again?
Gemini?
Gemini, the one which do research, Gemini Deep Research.
Yeah.
If you have that, use it. It's fantastic. You bring that in, and he's going to tell you if it's real or not because he really goes deep. You have to be patient because I think he's using DeepSeek to to do his research, but it's on target. everything from I got from that AI to make research is on target. And it's taking its sweet time because it can take between 2 to 5 minutes to give you a full research document. So on that, if I'm going to go back onto this here, with which one do we see on my screen? All right, you see my dot. So for the people who stays with me, so the final question, if you have any. That was a long class again, and again, when we have the little glitch with the AI, it's out of our hands. But trust me, after the class, I will go in and try those again and again and again. And like John told me earlier, says maybe try to get different models to work it out and see if one of them responds better. Because DeepSeek chat was responding perfectly. I wrote a book on essential oil, and the other one was on sound healing, and I don't have any glitch. And you get into a class and then things glitch. So that's what it is. So the follow-up, you know, you're going to have, there's the Google document was the one on last week. This one here, probably put a small document and it's going to be put inside Discord. Everything will be attached. I will stop the recording now. So I want to say thank you to everyone. That's kind of funny. I get my own little slide to tell me to stop my own recording. Don't forget to tell me what you love, what I could do to improve it, and your biggest takeaway for today. Again, thank you so much. My name is Manon, and I want to say thank you very much to John for being with me today as a fantastic co-host. And on that, I hope you're going to be able to write your nonfiction books, play with my plugin. And if you have problem with it, find me in Discord under Fireheart and let me know, and I will go and fix the plugin, no problem. So thank you again, and I have a very good rest of your day.